You hear Enter Sandman, you know it's about to go in Blacksburg. Reigning ACC Player of the Year, Liz Kitley gets it to Taylor Soul, who's on a mission to get to the basket.
Nice strong take to start the game.
Taylor Soul, new to the Virginia Tech Hokies this year. Doesn't take her long to get endeared to this crowd, and it's a good one today. There is Olivia Miles. Players you mentioned for Notre Dame, an absolute must-see player with the ball in her hands. She goes up against Kitley, who does enough to bother the shot. Offensive rebound. Kylie Watson couldn't put it back. Starting lineup for Virginia Tech, Georgia Amore running the point. Told you about Taylor Soul, Kayla King, always a three-point threat. Kayana Trailer, and of course Kitley holding down the paint on the inside. Amore for three.
She got a good look at it though.
Amore, 10 on the shot clock. King barely keeps it in. 5 to shoot now for the Hokies. Trailer becoming aware of it. She takes a three. And Miles coming in for the rebound. Miles quick to the basket. Starting five for Notre Dame, consistent this year. You see that group out there.
And that's what she wants to do. She wants to get downhill.
Yeah, watch out for the pace and watch out for the three. Kayana Trailer. These teams both so balanced. They're deep. They've got a lot of different strengths. Not an easy scout for either team earlier today. 7. Good cut. And Citron is fouled. Citron able to get the first point for the Irish. Now 2. This is something Notre Dame does very well. They get to the free throw line. Kitley.
Trying to get to her fadeaway there. They played that scout well, sat on it.
Miles skips it across. Citron. Kitley. That's easy. KK Bransford, freshman out of Cincinnati, Ohio, on the floor now. We know Notre Dame likes to run. Let's see what they can do here, if they can finally get something clicking in the half court offensively. Ebo trying to go up and over Kitley, and does. The ACC along with North Carolina at the end of the season, but Virginia Tech missing out in the double bye in the ACC tournament, and they would lose the first game they played in Greensboro. So even though it's early, this one could wind up meaning a lot. Kitley, bit off. Gregg, somehow that ball doesn't go out of bounds. It's blocked now. I mean, you think the level of intensity is high on this floor right now?
For sure. And you see Virginia Tech there with a string of offensive rebounds, and that's something that Coach Ivey said they needed to do, was be able to keep them off the boards. Taylor Soul, she mentioned, was a handful at BC, so they knew what they were getting into today, trying to keep her off.
Taylor Soul went back to play her former team, Virginia Tech, winning on the road earlier this month. This is the ACC opener for the Irish. What an opener it is. Watson gets the basket. Gregg went down, but no foul called either way. Hokies have missed their last 6. There goes that stat. Bransford. And that is a charge. Soul. Not much of a three-point shooter at Boston College. Has added that, or trying to anyway, to her repertoire. But boy, Notre Dame is all over Kitley anytime she gets the ball.
Another offensive rebound though.
That shot hasn't worked for Miles, and Kitley just got hammered.
Oh, yeah. Just runs through her, catches her in the face a little bit, too, I think.
Second personal foul on Bransford. 2 points in the game so far, and Bransford back on the bench with those 2 fouls. Miles right down the lane, and she is fouled by Soul. Probably in final exams or midterm exams, you're got a break looming.
Also, just want to enjoy your holiday with a win. When you have off days, you want to win before that. Your point guard leading you in rebounds.
Well, that's why she is a consistent triple-double threat. Good work by Amor to keep this in possession, not turn it over. Then she flies into the basket.
She hit another gear on that one. Nice change of pace, great finish.
Speaking triple-double, she had one earlier this season, first in Hokie history. There's the first field goal for Miles, as the only 2 players who have had a triple-double in the ACC this year go back-to-back with buckets on each end of the floor. Miles, you can see her looking all over the floor. Mabry, the one she finds. Virginia Tech here with a chance for the final basket of the first quarter. Crowd counting him down. Amor being defended well. Gregg has her time and space, makes the shot.
That was a nice, patient execution.
She led the first U.S. Olympic women's basketball team to silver in 1976. She is a Hall of Famer, won national championships, the first to ever do so at 2 different schools. So we certainly want to just take a moment and honor all that she has meant to our game, and hate to see her go. But this type of matchup, this is exactly what those people who laid the path for women's basketball hope to see it become. First time ever we see a top 10 matchup in women's hoops on this floor here in Blacksburg. And it was a first quarter where Notre Dame really just struggled to find themselves, especially offensively.
It's a beautiful high-low execution right there.
The Irish, as I mentioned, have won 10 of the last 11 in this series, 3 in a row. Trying to find their footing here in Blacksburg. That'll do. For the Irish, win against Merrimack in their last game. Miles. Got to Citron.
Coach Brooks, you know, he has a great group of women right here, and they're showing that.
Remember, this Notre Dame team averaging over 88 points per game. That ranks top 6 in the country, top 2 in the ACC. Was on the floor, so it'll be Notre Dame ball under the basket. Citron picked up a dribble, finds Westbeld, lines it up for 2. Kitley, of course, the focal point. Little shot fake now to Trailer in the corner. King, not just a 3-point shooter, Kayla King.
Olivia Miles back downhill to lead the break.
Shot fake on this end. It's Citron. She's fouled. Basket will not count. So they made 2 more than that. It just didn't count because there was a foul beforehand.
Part of it is just letting the game settle. They did get some looks that I'm sure they will.
Good defense.
I was going to say the same thing. Notre Dame looking like they picked up their intensity on defense a little bit.
Mabry working to try to stay with Trailer. The screen from Kitley. Got the 3-point look. Miles between the legs. I mean, you never know what flash Miles might pull out at any moment.
I like to see her sit in that shot a little more. It's like she, you know, saw it going in already and kind of backed too soon.
Kitley is fouled. She'll head to the free throw line. Oh, well,
You did it.
second one is good. They have looked better getting into their offense as this game has gone on, but you see Kitley there doing the defending on Watson. Another shot blocked by Citron. Miles Caesar. And King, great recovery to get back down the floor, poking out of bounds. Marshall into the game for the Irish. Mira Mabry, the only starter who had not scored for Notre Dame to that point. That's the difference between a double bye or not in the ACC tournament. Notre Dame got it, Virginia Tech did not. Soule got the shot off. That's been the story, hasn't it? I mean, both teams have really brought it on the defensive end.
They've had to, and I think Notre Dame not scoring, not starting the game, scoring the way that they usually would, forced them to have to play even better defense.
Mabry, a couple of baskets back-to-back in this quarter. You need a basket. The 33 is a pretty good place to go. Not afraid to pass it back out either, but just nothing doing. Soule taking matters into her own hands. And it is the third personal on Westbeld. A couple of fouls she picked up quickly there. That'll be something to watch as this one goes on. Marshall back on in her place. Ebo out there as well. Ebo had the size advantage with the mismatch, but the double team did its job defensively. 7 to shoot. Miles looks up and sees it. Nice. Dumps it. Nice. Second to Ebo. That's how it's done.
X draws the defender, finds Ebo coming in. 53% finisher. Chance to convert three-point play.
Now losing Maya Dodson, wondering who is going to try to fill that gap. Hokies can break the tie. More. Nope, it's low scoring, but maybe not too surprising that we are tied. Really been both teams that have struggled to get their offense going. We'll see if they adjust, amend that somewhat in the second half. Kitley takes the first shot and is fouled. Notre Dame has a couple of players flirting with foul trouble. Watson now securely there. She was 3 for 4 in the first half from the charity stripe. She has her 43rd career double-double, 9th of the season. That leads the ACC. She had 8 coming into today, which ranked 3rd in the country. Citron turns the corner nicely for Notre Dame.
It would be nice to see her get going.
How important is Georgia Amore to this Virginia Tech offense's shot clock winding down?
And she's the floor general. You can see she has a nice confidence to her. She gets everybody where they're supposed to be. She gets the ball moving. So it's definitely important for them to have her on the floor.
Trailer open in the corner for three.
You love the good to great for the corner three.
Virginia Tech had missed her last 15 field goal attempts before that make. Boy, they needed it. That's an understatement. Amore working against Mabry.
Nice.
Pulls up, it's good.
Uh-oh, Hezzy. Okay, step back. Knocks down the jumper. Nice.
Westbeld, open look. 4 points in the game for Maddie Westbeld. Averages just under 9 for the season, 2-point game. Mentioned the importance of Amore for Virginia Tech, still without Ashley Owusu as Soule glides to the basket. Crowd likes it too. Remember that Virginia Tech has beaten a top 5 team just twice in program history. It is no easy feat as Ebo continues her good day. 9 points in the game.
Just trying to pound and go straight up through Kitley. She's, trying to get around her.
Travel.
Got to shout out my Northern Virginia kid. She's from Woodbridge, a little down the road from where I'm from.
Back in your home state, you're allowed to do that, I think. Yeah. Ebo working against Kitley. Got the friendly roll.
She is really having a nice game here today.
Yeah, perfect from the floor so far. Yep. 5 for 5. Tie game again. Blocked. Westbeld, dare I say, the offense picking up for both teams a little bit just as we get the foul called.
And the nice block there without fouling.
Yeah, without fouling, key. Now there are 3 players for Notre Dame with 3 fouls. Trailer, easy look.
I mean, they both like to play with pace. They both like to shoot transition threes and really share the ball, but it's definitely in Notre Dame's game plan to have this a faster game.
Bransford. Kitley with the double-double. 16 boards, my goodness. Bransford at the free throw line. Kayla King picking up the foul on the last play before we went to break there. This one has stayed close. Both teams have had some offensive woes. Amor! Ebo, 5 to shoot. One-on-one with Kitley. Takes the shot. Not missing there. 6 for 6. On she goes. Coming off 17-point performance where she was 4 of 5, 9 of 9 from the free throw line in Notre Dame's last game just over a week ago against Merrimack. Amor.
Oh!
Got it again!
Uh-oh, she's feeling it now.
Kayla King, though, in a bit of foul trouble, picking up that last foul for the Hokies. But Soul!
It's her second charge.
I mean, this has been a continuous storyline throughout.
Oh, saw what she was, I mean, all of us saw what she was looking for.
Defense included.
Nice.
Miles inside to Westbeld. Maybe young in some ways, but they played in big games and they don't panic.
They have rim running posts, and that's part of their identity. And there you see them just executing something they do all the time.
Ebo grabbing the rebound. There you go.
There
You
you
wanted
go.
her to pick up
She
her
has 2
rebound.
now.
You wanted to see a little better effort there. You got it.
there we
And
go.
Miles drains the 3. She has really been struggling.
We know she loves to pass. She's a great, talented passer, but you know, when her team's maybe struggling to score a bit, she can take on some of that. She's definitely capable of scoring in bunches too.
First made 3 for the Irish today. They're 1 for 6 as Soul can't get it to fall. Miles was 1 for 8 from the floor in the first half. Led the Irish against the Hokies last year in their only meeting in South Bend, 24 in that game. Amor, quick to the rim and in. Trying to lead this team to what could be a very significant win by season's end. Despite this being early and in December, Amor quite aware of what this could mean for this program this season. Notre Dame ranked number 5 in the country. And Virginia Tech 2-56 all time against the top 5. This is their first ranked opponent. They said they were ready. We'll see how it all finishes out. Ebo, that's her first miss. Had the hands of Kitley in her face. The other thing about Amor is that speed when she chooses to get to that next gear.
Yeah, she's quick.
A little crossover too. 6 points in the game for Citron, asking for a screen. A little out of control. Both parties. This is a blocking foul against Virginia Tech.
Right idea here. Saw what she saw, but just a little late. Didn't quite get in front of her and get set.
5.6 left in the quarter. Citron gets it off the inbounds. Off the
Nice.
glass and in. Virginia Tech will take the lead into the 4th quarter thanks to Amor.
Really feeling herself right now. She's got it going from the 3. She is on fire.
Notre Dame and Virginia Tech, NC State 8. North Carolina picked up a win yesterday, or Friday, excuse me. Ebo knew exactly where she wanted to go and nobody was stopping her. 15 in the game for Ebo, coming off a 17-point effort in the last game for the Irish. Amor, 13 points in the 3rd quarter for Virginia Tech. Has it in her hand again, knocked
Nice.
away by Miles.
It's a nice strip there.
Miles in the open floor, special things can happen, gotta be ready. Good recovery from Citron and Westbeld. Whew. Gets the bucket, puts Notre Dame in front. All right, back and forth we go. What a quarter this should be. A lot on the line for these two teams. ACC opener for Notre Dame. Second conference game for Virginia Tech. They're 1-0. Amor, 2 open maybe. Yeah, 3 triples for Amor in that third quarter. We were looking at the numbers. Liz Kitley only took 1 field goal attempt in the third quarter. You said, well, she didn't really need to. Amor was taken over. Miles, that's the Olivia Miles you know Notre Dame can rely on.
We'd like to see her do more of that. Kind of hard when she's going into Kitley with that size, but when she can kind of get behind the defense before someone can rotate over and get to the basket.
Citron or Westbeld who got called for the foul. It was Citron, much to the relief of Notre Dame, as Westbeld already has 3. Second personal. A lot of contact there, going for the rebound. Took Soul down with her and gets called for it, and now she goes to the bench. Amor. Ooh.
Maybe one more dribble there, one more step.
Miles on this end. Yeah, there it is.
She's great in transition.
Own that third quarter. 13 points in the quarter for the Hokies. Could the fourth quarter belong to Miles? We'll see. 4-point lead for the Irish as Kitley answers back. Ebo gets it back inside. Kitley defending. Does enough.
You can see both teams being really intentional about their offense right now here in the last 6 minutes of the game.
Kitley gets another basket. Ties it up at 48. 4th tie of the game. We've had 3 lead changes. Crowd making some noise in Castle. Miles over Kitley and in. 6 points in the quarter for Miles. Amor on the move. Gets inside. Can't get it to fall in this fourth quarter after she was red hot in quarter number 3. Continue to look for her teammate. Citron gets a chance to add another.
That's great offense.
Just 5 for 8 today. Make it 6 for 9 now. Big one there. What do you want from Virginia Tech here?
Kitley.
There you go. She gets it. Watson,
let her
6-4.
Maybe? Yeah, I think
maybe.
that's a repost right there. Space it out to the corner. Make your defender come out and guard you again and get it back in.
Miles starting to heat up. She's made a couple and she's found her teammates. Dara Mabry. Hokies, no points the last 3 trips down the floor. 6 on the shot clock now for Trailer. There's that defense from Westbeld. Virginia Tech over the last 5. The Irish on a 7-0 run. Miles. Rebound pulled down by Watson.
The Hokies are definitely want to secure the defensive rebound in all loose balls. Approaching the 2-minute mark.
Miles with the shot clock running down for good measure. 8 points in this quarter for Olivia Miles.
She has shown a bit of what she can do finishing at the basket. She has a nice finishing package.
Kitley, no, and then there's a foul by Deja Gregg. At this point in the season, perhaps a win in this matchup is just a big statement. But you can bet both teams will look back on this one later. What other implications might it have? An ACC standings? An NCAA? Seeding? We'll see. It's an 11-0 Irish run over the last 5 minutes and change. Finally, a much-needed basket there from Amor. She has 20 in the game. Citron just wants to take time off the clock, and then Miles says, come and get me. Irish 6 for 9 from the line today. Miles right behind her, just under 80%, makes them both. One of the best three-point shooting teams in the league, though. They look to Kitley initially. There is Amor, takes the three. Kitley the rebound, puts it off the glass and in. And Notre Dame calls the timeout. And she did a lot of that stuffing here in the fourth quarter.
And remind me of these rules. Sorry, I'm still very much in my WNBA mind. You would get the ball back. They don't get the ball back, right?
No.
Okay.
So the ball will go back to Virginia Tech now, but Mabry good for two there. King, no points yet tonight. That doesn't change here. Typically such a reliable three-point threat, and this game Virginia Tech probably felt they had the momentum. They had all it took to win, but in the end it is going to be Notre Dame hanging on for the win, handing the Hokies their first loss of the season.
It was a great game. I mean, it started off slow, but definitely got exciting here in the second half. And I'm sure Notre Dame is happy with the growth that they had to be able to kind of trail for a lot of the game and not have the offensive showing that they wanted, but to end strong and come away with a win on their opponent's floor.
63-52, our final. Notre Dame improves to 9-1 overall, 1-0 in conference play. Virginia Tech 10-1, 1-1 in the ACC.